Welcome. Today we're going to be checking out a brand new trailer from a company called Legion Studios. Now this game is called Covenant, and it looks like a first-person shooter, but it's like a horror fantasy type of feel, and it's not really a shooter. This is kind of like a combat-driven game where you're going to... It's more like a Dark Souls and first-person shooter. That's the best way I can explain it from what I've seen so far. So, if you're new to my channel, I am a game developer, I'm an animator. I've worked on some really cool games over the years, like God of War Ragnarok, and GTA 5, all kinds of cool stuff. So I'm trying to check out this trailer in a different way that you might not have seen before. So let's dive in and take a look.
You were right.
We're first gonna dive in and let the art
Ruins
speak
are
for itself
changing.
here.
They've grown
Ooh.
dissonant.
It was the 77th year. Dawn of the Composer War. The day of Malak's fall. And my eyes adapted to the dark.
Yeah. That was cool,
A
dude.
great sword guards the city, and it faces every way.
Another bird falls from its nest. Then come and let us have words.
Hold on.
100 kingdoms could not stop what is coming.
Oh.
If you do this, you shall never see rest, save to strip the dead.
Wow.
So be it.
Oh.
Belial, the villain. He does not come but to kill, steal, and destroy. His burden is now yours.
Wow. Covenant. Wow. You know what? I'm actually really impressed with a lot of this. Let's dive in and break it down slow motion for you.
Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me.
Okay, so let's dive in and break this down. First of all, I am really impressed with the cinematography in here. I actually really like it. It's well done. I like how there's at a super wide angle right here, and you can see like these two guys are like tiny, but the way it's lit, the way the lighting comes down and hits the guy on the right, and the way it just looks great. Looks like a piece of concept art. So I really like that. You can see those little particles floating around, and it's just ooh, it's kind of ethereal. It's got a very, very, very chill vibe to it. And this scene looks crazy. Look at all these spikes and whatever it is going up in the air. And what caught me off guard earlier was this big bird. There's like a bird that flies in here on the top left. Look at this. Huge bird. If that's like a, you know, appropriate size as far as like where you're standing and whatever, like perspective. And this character looks really neat. I don't know what this is, but it looks really cool. They have a great style. And now... what's interesting is that this is what I've always wanted to do, okay? Is get a bunch of my buddies and developers that are behind a bunch of big games and make our own game. And that's what these guys have done. Because look, it says this is their first game, but it's from the developers that have worked on Call of Duty, Doom, Halo, Battlefield. Okay, look at this. Doom, Call of Duty. They're telling you like, hey, look, the people that are working on this game worked on some very huge games that you guys love and enjoy. So give this game a chance. This might be really, really, really fun. What I saw earlier, look, one of the guys worked on, or some of the people worked on Destiny and Apex Legends, and you can tell because later in this trailer, the way the guy is like running and sliding, and the way that certain things are fast paced, and it feels very dynamic in a first person view. And that's because the developers that worked on this game, they really understand first person view, the FPS genre, and how to make things look really nice, right? Look at this. This is wild. What a wild looking game, isn't it? It's really cool. So Legion looks like a brand new company. This looks like a company that I've never seen before. This is their first game, hot off the press, as they say. Shout out to the developers over there because you're trying to do something unique and special that you believe in, and I'm all behind that stuff. Like, look at this. This looks cool. Whoa, 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 whoa. Go back. That's like, oh, look at that game design. Like that's the world design. Look at the huge statue. That reminds me of like God of War. And then you'd be like running up these steps right here, going into the wow, that's kind of cool. Love this, dude. They've done a good job in the environments. The environments look pretty cool, dude. Wow, look at that. Pretty sick. It's got a Unreal Engine kind of vibe to it, right? Like the rendering and the lighting just kind of has an Unreal Engine vibe a little. I'm not sure if it is developed in Unreal Engine, but it just has that vibe a little bit, especially like right here, looking at some of these things right here. But it could be done in a different engine. They didn't mention anything in here about what kind of game engine they're using when developing this. I haven't seen any of those details yet. It might even be a different game engine because Unreal sometimes will look even better, like straight out of the box, the lighting. So that's interesting because some of this lighting, see, this lighting looks pretty good. Ooh, I like this. Love that. Oh, dude, this is so cool. Look at this big giant. This is what, like, ooh, this is where you get to show off and show your cinematography and your rule of thirds and all these different things when a game starts to play around with these concepts of things being in silhouette and a big giant coming up and like look, ooh, man, this is pretty cool. I love the way this game is presenting itself. I think that it's very similar to a Dark Souls style because Dark Souls has that feel where it's like really epic, and in their cinematography and their layout, the way they come in here and they compose the shot, it looks really awesome, dude. The combat looks sweet, like right here. You kick the guy up in the air and then shoot him with an arrow. So sick. And then this, you pick up a barrel, you kick it, boom, hits the dude, flies. This is the dynamic stuff I was talking about with first person shooter, that like this first person genre, all the people that worked on this game, it looks like, have worked on FPS games. So it's really going to push this game to a higher quality than somebody who hasn't before. Trust me. Like, see, they have some dynamic stuff where the guy kicks you back. That's cool, dude. I love the way this looks. And right there, it's like, shoo! You can hear the arrow going by your head. Man, I think they did some cool stuff in here. This feels very dynamic. The gameplay, the combat. This looks like a fun game. I would definitely play this. And the developers that are behind it are from behind games or have worked on games that I have really enjoyed over the years. So it's almost like a no-brainer. When there's a developer that, or there's a team of guys and all of them have worked on games that I like to play, then I will buy this game. Give it a chance. Because they have worked on these hit titles that I've enjoyed a lot, and they've got something special, right? They've figured out some things in the development process that kind of players and everyone enjoy, and so they might have something special here. We just have to wait and see. We have to see what they bring to the table here. But so far, I like the style. I like the feeling of the different not genres, but it feels like a mix between Dark Souls and this and that, like all these different kind of genres and games, but it's blended in really, really well. I like the big, huge monster, like the if you have a huge creature like that, it always feels cool. Like God of War, you gotta like climb up the back of the character because he's like so big, the boss. I like that. It looks like they have a version of that in here. Who knows if you'll be like climbing up his back or doing anything kind of crazy, but it's just got a cool look. It's got a cool style. Covenant looks awesome. Shout out to the developers over there, Region or Legion. I think it's cool. Let's give this one a shot. We are just seeing the official trailer. So there might be another trailer coming out, a story trailer, cinematics, another gameplay thing. I have no idea. So if there is, stay tuned because we'll be covering it on the channel. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that little breakdown of this trailer. You know, I really enjoyed the style of this game, I think, like just in general. And I want to try the combat now. Like when I saw some of the first person stuff flying through there and whatnot, ooh, that's when I got excited. And that's when I felt like, you know, if the developers worked on Apex Legends and this game and that game, this game might have a lot of potential. Because me personally, I really enjoyed playing Apex Legends. So let me know what you guys think down below of this developer, the studio, this new game, Covenant. This is the official trailer, and I'm glad that you guys sat down with me to take a deep dive. So if you guys enjoyed it, you guys know what buttons to press. I really appreciate all your guys' time and support. If you're here and you have some free time, which I know you do, I have all kinds of other videos, all kinds of cool stuff, animations that I've worked on, and I break them down and talk about stuff from God of War, Ragnarok, all kinds of stuff on here. I stream live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8 to 10, so stop on by. It's a hoot and a holla. We have fun. I've been playing GTA 4 lately because I worked on GTA 5, so it's been really fun to come and visit those old classic games. I actually never played GTA 4, so it's been a really fun experience going through there. Everybody in chat has played it and they're just going nuts. So stop on by. It's a good vibe. Thank you so much for your time and support, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.